The state of Kentucky is known for three things: Jim Beam, the Louisville Slugger, and Kentucky Fried Chicken. All three of which, coincidentally, are found at 90% of domestic violence crime scenes. We're here at Kentucky Fried Chicken in Los Angeles, California, and I'm trying to find out if I'm really gonna lick my fingers at the end of this meal. My name is Wax, I eat at regular places, and this is Chain Reaction. None of these beverages really represent Kentucky. I guess tea? I wish that I could say that that took me back to a time where I used to drink sweet tea out of a mason jar while rocking in a rocking chair on my front porch during a hot summer evening. But didn't. First I got the two-piece Nashville hot chicken. I got the two-piece regular chicken, the chicken little sandwich, a side of corn, coleslaw. I got a side of classic Kentucky Fried Chicken potato wedges. And I think there's mashed potatoes and gravy inside of this. Look at the size of this potato wedge, man. Holy shit. This is like the same size as one of those Let's Go team fingers that you have at a game. We're number one. Colonel Sanders is known for having a secret recipe on his fried chicken he doesn't tell anybody about, but the government forces him to put all the ingredients on his condiments. That said, I think I'm on the government side on this one. I'm glad they put the ingredients on here because this is an amazing condiment, and I want to take this list back to my house and make my own honey mustard. Thanks, government. This is summertime barbecue sauce. It's January right now. Hope it's still good. Holy shit. I'm only 3 potato wedges in, and I love Kentucky Fried Chicken. Their condiments are amazing. Honey mustard, 10 out of 10. Barbecue sauce, A+. The downfall of American society, ranch dressing. If you shave the fat off the back of Paula Deen's thighs and put a straw in there as if it was a coconut and drank, this is what would come out. KFC's slogan is finger licking good. When I think of the phrase finger licking, I always think first of pornography. And I think that's kind of weird that we think it's gross when people are like licking chicken grease off their fingers, but as soon as a relatively attractive woman sticks her finger in her butthole and starts licking that, that's not gross, that's sexy.
Skilled heat getting spewed from the vocal cords, giving chilled feet to the crews that we opened for.
I didn't even realize I was doing that. I got so caught up in the condiments that I didn't review the actual potato wedge. Excellent. Much better than Arby's curly fries. This is gonna be like one of those unboxing videos that people do when they first get a laptop, except it's gonna be for fried chicken. Look at that. What's in here? What is that? Dude, just my luck. I didn't know it came with a chocolate chip cookie. Remember earlier when I talked about the porn girl that put her finger in her butthole? Let's start with the biscuit. Looks normal. KFC biscuit is served with this thing called buttery spread. While that sounds kind of delicious, I also am a little suspicious of it, because why isn't it just called butter?
It's the bottleneck linguist with a king twist, royal squaddle get rings kissed.
Looks like toothpaste, but it's the exact opposite of toothpaste. Sorry if I look grossed out, I was just grossed out by the butter, not the biscuit. Same thing here, honey sauce, buttery spread, honey sauce. If they had more, it'd be like chicken-esque product. The moment of truth has arrived. This is the Kentucky Fried Chicken, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Remember on Kendrick Lamar's most recent album, To Pimp a Butterfly? He had a skit where he said this poem and it always started with, I remember you was conflicted. I feel like he was talking about my opinion on Kentucky Fried Chicken. It tastes pretty good, but it has a quality about it that leaves me unsatisfied. And that unsatisfied quality is in the breading of it. I'm highly satisfied by the meat, but the breading just isn't up to par. I mean, it's like, hey, Colonel Sanders, you don't have to have 3 locks on the safe where you keep your recipe. Nobody's really trying to steal it. I think you could share your recipe on Facebook and you get like 3 likes tops. All right, let's move on to the chicken little sandwich. What is this thing anyway? Well, I see where the little came from. It's a small sandwich. Dude, this actually looks pretty good. It smells really good. Not bad. Everything about this tastes good, but the chicken's just a little tough. This doesn't taste like chicken, it tastes like it comes from an animal that has more muscularity to it, you know, it's more gamey. You know what, by eating this sandwich, I discovered Colonel Sanders' secret. What he does is he takes all the horses that lost the Kentucky Derby and he uses their ankles to make his fried chicken. This is a horse ankle meat sandwich. This isn't just for the show, I'm being serious when I say I just got back from Nashville and I had hot chicken at all the best hot chicken places in that city. I can tell you by looking at this that It's the same chicken, but they dipped it in some shit. This has definitely got some heat to it, man. If you're somebody who likes spicy food, I would recommend this hot chicken at KFC. Definitely more so than the regular. Like I said, I'm spoiled by my recent trip to Nashville, but everything in a fast food restaurant is sort of like the fast food version of. And I'd say this is pretty good for the fast food version of Nashville hot chicken. I give this the fast food version of a B+. Let's move on to the sides. First up, coleslaw. I think the finger looking good thing just came from how everything's so greasy and runny that it gets all over your fucking hands. I gotta start by talking about this thing. Holy shit. This is like a spork, but kind of more like a fork. This is more like 75% fork and 25% spoon. It's more like a spork than a spork. As I prepare to dip this fork into this coleslaw, let me warn you, I don't like coleslaw. I don't really know what good coleslaw is supposed to taste like. I could have the best coleslaw in the world and still dislike it, but this is like cabbage and lettuce mixed with sugar, mayonnaise, and water. Look at that shit dripping out of there. See it dripping? I'm just not into coleslaw, man. Moving on to a side that I do like and have loved for a long time. Mashed potatoes and gravy. Let me start by saying this gravy is gelatinous as fuck. The texture is a little fucked up. Mashed potatoes are supposed to be like whipped with gravy flowing on top of it, but instead the whole thing tastes like one thing and it tastes very granular. This tastes like if you put a gallon of butter in a sandbox and then just mixed it around with an egg beater, which is even more accurate because it kind of tastes like children's feet.
How do you know what children's feet taste like?
My rating for these potatoes, if they were a student, they'd have to go to summer school to complete the grade. Last but most certainly not least, corn. Last time I came across corn this mediocre, it was a metal band that had a rapper in it. I want to make a joke with the double entendre that this is a kernel of corn and there's Colonel Sanders, but I don't even want to give Colonel Sanders that much respect. I'm out of here. In conclusion, KFC's got some good stuff, KFC's got some bad stuff. So just like most human beings, it's pretty decent. I give this place a 7, and like the sign behind me says, I'm out.